Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Kathy Tarchioni. I'm the owner of Picture Moment Pet Productions, and I'm pretty excited about what we're doing here. Canine Community Reporters is about a 2-year project that we've been really excited about, and we're glad that it has finally come to fruition. One of the things we're going to do today is show people how to become an actual canine community reporter. But I'd like to explain to you why we even started this. I've been a die-hard, avid lover of animals all my life. I ran a shelter in the late 70s, kind of giving away my age there. And I just absolutely have gone nuts over animals throughout the years. And I've done everything imaginable to help animals in creating some kind of shelter for them and giving them homes and finding them food and refuge, etc. Well, it came clear to me a number of years ago that there were many marketing strategies that needed to be used and really weren't available to help the animals. Well, I happen to be one of these creative people. My degree is in marketing. I came across the idea of giving animals a voice. And we really felt that having the animals be part of the organization, that then they could give their voice. Well, the question was, how do you do that? So in creating the Canine Community Reporters, we first had to start looking at what was, we first had to start looking at what is the background of an animal. For the most part, a shelter animal wasn't in the shelter all the time. So they always had a home, they had a family, they had love, food, shelter, playfulness, and that was taken away from them. Oh, jeez. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm going to turn this off. They never had the opportunity to really stay with their family. So people perceive a shelter dog as one that is kind of dirty and scummy and like a homeless dog, and that's really not the case. So we're looking forward to now bringing the voice of the animal, and how can we do that? Well, here I'm going to show you, and I'm going to turn off the webcam right now. And I'm going to show you our Canine Community Reporters. The Canine Community Reporters, I know they all look really good, and if you like how they look, go ahead and write in the chat area that you think they look beautiful. This is our new website. What we're doing here is we're giving the dogs the opportunity to tell a story in their community from their perspective. Now, why would we want to do that? Because the animals really want to be able to have a say-so. Why? Because they're part of the family. Well, first we're going to tell you about how it first started. And the way we first started was, I think I told you I was with Save a Pet in Illinois. This is us. You can go ahead at your leisure and go. Right now the website is password protected, so you won't be able to get into it till the end of the week. And the people that have been invited are really the friends right now for this pre-launch. But what happened was I got together with some friends and I said, I'm going to be a photographer. I'm going to start taking pictures over at the shelter, and I'm going to take my dog Maggie. This is Maggie over here. Going to take Mandy, and I'm going to put a little hat on her, put a t-shirt that says Canine Community Reporter in Training, put some sunglasses on her, and a little t-shirt. I'm going to go into the neighborhood and take pictures. Well, after I realized she should really have something that she's talking about and let people know that she has a voice. So I'm not going to play it now, but we created a video of Mandy talking. and she tells everybody the story about her mom. And my husband had passed away in 2010, and Mandy came in and she decided to take care of me. She did a wonderful job, by the way. So after she started taking care of me and things started going really, really well, we realized that, hey, Mandy's going to be a star. She's going to be a canine community reporter. Well, I was at a photo shoot, a Christmas photo shoot, and unfortunately, when I got home, I let Mandy out and a neighbor's car hit her and killed her. Well, of course, I don't even have to go into how devastated I was. Mandy was the love. She was just fantastic. So I had the idea, what am I going to do here now? I've got thousands of dollars invested in Mandy as the canine community reporter, etc. And then the vision came from my husband, I'm sure, and from Mandy, that why not make her a canine community reporter from heaven? And that's where she is now. She is crossing over Rainbow Bridge. In a couple of days from now, we'll be going over what Rainbow Bridge is all about and how we can help pets cross over Rainbow Bridge. But that's one of the functions of a canine community reporter. So then I was devastated, and because I did work at the Ozark Humane Society, they contacted me and said, Kathy, why don't you come and foster a dog, which I was accustomed to doing. So they wanted me to foster a Chihuahua, and I got there, and I really wanted to have a female. And when I got there, the Chihuahua was very nice, but there was this little scrawny little dog, and he was sitting in one of the other cages with 5 other dogs, and he was carrying on something terrible. He just went bananas. Well, I walked into his cage, and they told me, oh, you really don't want to have him. He's really unruly. He came from a homeless guy, etc. Well, I decided to go ahead and keep him. So now I'm going to show you what Charlie looks like. Come here, baby. Okay, here's Charlie. Say hi to everybody, honey. Say hi. There's Charlie. Okay, now I'm going to undo the webcam because it takes up too much of the bandwidth. Anyway, this is what Charlie looked like originally. And, of course, you just saw what he looks like now. Whoops. That's what he looks like now. Well, anyway, I brought him home, and he was just an absolute terror. He got into everything, and I thought, oh, wow, he'd be a perfect canine community reporter. Why? Because he was homeless, he was street smart. We designed the story that he came from Jersey, and with Jim Bumgardner, my partner, he has gone and created a voice for Charlie that is just incredible. So between the two of us, we decided that we were going to create the Canine Reporters and have them be an integral part of this website. Now, the website is designed as a newspaper that is dynamic, meaning that it changes every day by the news that the Canine Reporters submit. At the end of the month, which is a fun thing, which is one of the resources that I'm sure a lot of our reporters don't know, that at the end of the month, whatever was submitted, we have a magazine called the Dogs Are Family magazine that people will receive that have subscribed to us. And it's a combination of about 50 of the good articles that we had during that month. And they'll receive it to be able to view it as an online magazine. Very cool. We love that idea. Now, the idea is that we're allowing people to see the world on TV or uh, read about it from their point of view. Later on during the week, we're going to be going over our WCCR TV. So now we want to know, what is a canine reporter? Well, I told you all about Mandy, and when you go to this page, which is what is a canine reporter, I just went over all of that. Now, if you want to be a canine reporter, there's a number of things that will happen. Let's see. This is how you become a canine reporter. This is what your news desk is going to look like. I think that looks kind of funny. Okay, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to follow your checklist. So we've made a checklist available for you here that is really pretty cool. And this says that you're going to have to wake up happy like you always do and ready for a good day's work. You have to poop and pee and run and play. You have to visit with your family and discuss what I'm going to be doing for the day, meaning you as the dog. You have to eat some food before you go to work. And then you have to make sure you take plenty of snacks with you. Then you have to put your official patch on your outfit. Now, a lot of people are going to want to be canine community reporters, and they can be, but they can't have the patch until they become certified, and there's a number of things they're going to have to do for that. But you can have your hat and your sunglasses and your t-shirt. You can buy them locally. You can buy, we'll give you links in our shop where you can buy them. You're also going to have a pet driver's license. That's only because we don't want to have any illegal dogs out there driving. We want to make certain that they're going to abide. Now here's a little tip. If you have an official press pass, then you can always show that to the officer in the event you get a ticket, because he'll give you a pass on it. You know this for sure. Also, setting up a pet cam. Mandy used to wear a pet cam all the time, and we took videos from her perspective of what it looked like, and then we wrote a story around it. When you look at what is a canine community reporter, you'll see a couple of videos there. Now, you can also get official business cards. That's entirely up to you. You don't have to. But I can tell you that it is great in the community. People are so open when you've got your camera and the pet parents are there. By the way, I'm talking to you dogs right now. So you can decide. Now, you're going to have to decide what you're going to do for the day. And it's a really good idea to bring along one of your canine friends with you, because they're going to be jealous and you're going to want to have to offer it to them too. So it's always better when you learn in twos. And then make sure that you have someone, preferably a human, take notes for you. And make sure you know who this person is. Okay. Then you have to choose what pictures you want to use for your stories. And you want to have someone edit your video for you too. Now, that's the video from the webcam, but you can also have your parents take a video as well. Now you're going to outline the story for the newspaper, you're going to write your story, and then you're going to have someone proofread it. Okay, then you're going to submit your story to the CCR News, and then you want to prepare for what you're going to do the next day. Then you want to be looking at what's happening in the community, because guess what? You have a free community that you're going to be able to get into. And I also want to have a good night's rest. So now, what are the benefits of being a canine community reporter that has gone through all of these next steps? Well, first you get to be certified. And what is a certified canine community reporter? Well, you're eligible to receive our canine community reporter patch. You'll be eligible to participate as a worldwide canine community reporter TV character and be on our WCCR TV shows, which are internet broadcast shows, syndicated shows that are related around dogs. You will also be listed on our Canine Community Reporter page with your official listing. You'll also be featured periodically on the CCR News. And you will be eligible to participate in our canine marketing program, where you make money if you want to on items sold in our shops, and also commission business programs. We have people that are looking to have their business commercials done with dogs, and we really love that. Now, does it cost you anything? Costs you nothing. What it does require is time, your commitment, and an effort to participate. So what do you need to do? Hold on here. I thought I put that in there. Oh, I'm sorry. What you have to do, you have to submit at least one story per week with at least 3 photos for 6 weeks. And then submit one video per week, about 60 seconds, for 6 weeks. And then complete all the live webinars or recorded ones for the first 6 weeks after you register, and then participate in the community and review the other canine community reporters in the community. Now, what is the community? Here's our community. This is an off-site program. And what we have here is for you to register. When you register at this location, you have to fill out all of these areas because they are required, and it says required. If you don't, it gets kicked back and you're not a member. Once you have that, then you'll have the ability to submit a video. And you can submit the video. You can submit a story. Write your story here, and this happens to be an editor so that you can cut and paste from Word or from any other area. You can also be put into the canine directory. If you have a business that is pet related, you can be put into the directory and others will know about it. Now, this is a private directory, so just remember that. And this is the members area so that you can work with the members, and we have groups and forums and different articles that you can write. It's really quite exciting. So that's for the community, and that's separate because we don't want it to be confused with the actual newspaper. So now let's go ahead and meet the canine community reporters that we have so far. These are all certified. They've been participating with us for quite some time. Of course, we all know Charlie. And this is Mandy. She's the canine community reporter from Heaven. Now you can see that when she's certified, she's also a canine community reporter and WCCR TV press pass. That is one of the benefits of being certified. The regular press passes that you can get are just for CCR. Now here's Nala. If you click over the top of it, you can actually talk about Nala. And right now, I'm going to bring in Arlene so that she can tell you about Nala. Whoops. Arlene?
Hi, Catherine.
Okay.
I'm here.
Can you tell us about Arlene?
I hear some
can you
talk there.
Okay, I'll turn.
Okay. Okay. Right. Turn me off.
Arlene?
I'm here, Kathy.
I was waiting for you to talk about Nala.
Okay, it just went dead. It went dead and there was nothing there. Good morning, everybody. It's Arlene Klein. And Nala's my girl, who was sent to me from Scout, who is at Rainbow Bridge. Scout went to Rainbow Bridge December 15th, 2012, just days after Mandy went, and Mandy took my little boy across the bridge. And 3 days after Scout went to heaven, a little cat, a lost cat, appeared under my daughter's car in Orlando. I live in Sarasota. My daughter didn't tell me right away because I was just devastated with my dog going so suddenly. He was past 14, and he made his own decision, by the way. He was just fine all day, and then that evening just started to cough, choke, whatever, turned blue, and took him right to emergency, which was just across the street. And he was defibrillating, and his heart cord ruptured, and he was gone in 40 minutes. So it was quite shocking to us. But here came this little cat who needed a home, and we tried feverishly to find who she belonged to no avail. And then I started networking clear across the state of Florida to see whether I could find a home for her, because I had no intentions of really ever getting a cat. I've been a dog person all my life, having as many as 6 at a time and showing Yorkies since the 80s. Anyway, it didn't quite work out like that because Scout meant for her to have me, for me to have her, I guess for her to have me too, and she became ours. So my husband and I brought her back to Sarasota, and the rest is all history. And what Kathy has created, this beautiful cat with these big green eyes, she's a red hat lady, with a hat with Scout on the top, and they cooperate all day, and they speak, and so Scout reports from the Rainbow Bridge, and Nala is his voice. And that's kind of the story of where it is. She's bringing us a lot of joy. We're learning something from her every day, and she saved us as much as we saved her. So she's a great companion, and we're just delighted to have fur at our feet, and we're enjoying her.
Thanks, Arlene.
You're welcome.
Okay, and we'll be going over what Nala and Mandy's job is when we go over Rainbow Bridge later on this week. Okay, now here's Lily, and I don't know if Jim's on. Jim? Jim, are you on?
Good morning.
Whoop. Okay, you're on. Jim? Jim,
Hello.
are you on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, there you go. Hi, everybody.
We're talking about Lily here.
Oh, Lily. Yeah, actually, Alicia could fill in the holes a lot better with Lily.
We can't get Alicia on the microphone.
Odd. Anyway, no, Lily actually came about by way of she had been dropped off at one of the local vets here. She's about 3. They're speculating about 3 years old. I'm thinking she might be a little bit older than that. Anyway, Lily, she was dropped off at one of the local vets, and my in-laws have been using that particular well, no, she's not a vet, a groomer. Anyway, she had been dropped off because the family that had her just couldn't take care of her anymore for whatever reasons. And so they'd asked us in the past if we were interested in bringing home one of these animals. And we're like, oh, no. But then something about the whole idea of this little Yorkie. I was like, yeah, bring it by. And then as soon as it did, well, that was it. Because she immediately became all about Alicia and Caitlin both. And so my only purpose in the relationship is just to wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning to take her outside a lot. And but that's cool. That's my role. I can accept that. But she's a little fashion plate, as you can see there with her press pass, because between Alicia and Caitlin both, she's developing quite the wardrobe, as a matter of fact, and becoming quite the little fashion plate. She's a plus model for a little girl, but at the same time, everybody needs to look good. But anyway, that's Lily in a nutshell. But what's funny is along with Lily came Simon at almost the same time. Simon was actually a kitten of my mother-in-law's cat, and he decided that he was coming home with me whether anybody else liked it or not months and months ago. But he finally did, and so now they play together all the time, and sort of like that line in Ghostbusters, you know, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Well, that's pretty much our house now, because we still have our 2 older kitties with Prince and Puff, who have been Alicia's forever. They're 17 and 18 years old, respectively. And, so we've got a big, happy family with a lot of great characters who are going to feed into the CCR and WCCR feeds and programs that are just going to be a hoot. And it's just going to be fun. That's about the most I got right now, and I'll step away and let someone else take the spotlight.
Okay,
and
Jim.
I'll come back with more of the nuts and bolts on reporting and things like that.
Okay, by the way, everyone, Jim and his wife Alicia are both partners in Picture Moment Pet Productions. Thanks, Jim.
No problem.
Okay, now the next one. This is Max the Pooch. Keith, can you hear me? Keith? Keith? Okay, I guess he can't hear me, or I can't hear him. Anyway, this is Max A. Pooch, and he's actually really doing some work right now. He goes to the various parks, and he literally picks up the plastic bottles and cans and puts them into the receptacles. He's our environmental specialist, and he has a lot of other credentials. You can actually read about him when you come in to the area by just putting your cursor over his press pass, and you can see his credentials along with the link to go and learn more about him. Sorry we didn't get to talk to you, Keith. Okay. And then this is Oliver Bavello. I don't see Rosary on here, but Rosary is, she's Oliver's mom. And they have actually done some great reporting. They were out in Oklahoma, and they did some reporting on the hurricanes that they had out there. She's got a pet sitting service, and Oliver is very active, so the 2 of them are out constantly. Again, you can read more about Oliver by putting your cursor over. Now this is Kirby, and Kirby is Kirby the Dorky. Kirby he's got his own special area and his own website. He's also got a cookbook, so between he and Charlie, they're going to be doing some cooking on our WCCR TV show, but they'll also be sharing a lot of recipes for canines that have been proven and tested and nutritionally sound for all pets, not necessarily canines. And again, you can hear about and read about Kirby by putting your cursor over. And here is Paul here. Let me see. I don't see that Paul is here. Okay. Let me see. All right. Turk. Paul has a show that he does, and he's very, very dedicated to helping animals. This is his son, Turk, and Turk is actually a wolf. Turk is going to be very, very instrumental in helping us understand about what happens and creatures, whether they're small or large, what animals do. Okay, and this is Oscar. Oscar is really very cute. He's involved in travel. His mother is working right now, so she can't be on, but you can find out about him. Now this is Roxy, and Roxy is Jim Allen's little girl. He actually has invented the Stay Boy lock. Not Roxy, but his dad, Jim, created it, and he's got a Kickstarter program going on right now. But Roxy is really going to be very, very involved in helping with the stories about safety and make certain that your dogs are safe when they're in the car, when they're outside, if they get lost, making sure they have all the safety elements imaginable. And again, you can find out about him. And then we have Sunny. Let's see, I know Sunny is here. Sunny, can you hear me? Sunny, can you hear me?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, Sunny, you want to tell us just, yeah?
You want to tell us just, yeah?
Tell us just a little bit about Sunny.
This is Sunny Day, and she is about a 5.5-year-old Beagle girl. We got her as a little tiny baby. She was just a little scrawny thing. She came from a puppy mill. And she was not too good when we first got her. She was real skinny and wasn't being taken care of very well, but all of that's changed now. She's the most popular puppy on the block for sure. She's a happy little girl all the time. She's real new to WCCR. We just moved to Harrison, so we just heard about the site and about everything that y'all are doing, but we're really excited for her to be involved and tell her side of the story from all kinds of things that she sees and does. She likes to go hot rodding. Her daddy built a custom hot rod, so we go to car shows, and she likes to wear her little goggles and go riding and cruising, and just excited to be a part of the group.
Well, that's great, Sunny, and we welcome, well, actually, it's Melissa, but we'll welcome
Yes.
Sunny. Okay,
Melissa,
thanks so much.
I'm her mom. Sunny days, Miss Beagle.
Okay, all right, bye. Oops. Okay, and then we got back to Charlie. Now, there are a few that are missing that we don't have on here, but this is the area, if you are a certified canine reporter, that you'll be listed here. And also, when you submit your stories, you'll be credited as the author. That's not to say that if you're not certified, you won't be credited, but if you are certified, you'll be able to submit your own stories and they won't be critiqued. Okay, now we also have an area for those people that really do have a story, but they don't want to be a canine community reporter. Now, the idea here is that if somebody sends a story in and we think it's really good and your canine is in that area, then we will send that information over to you so you can go ahead and cover it, because as you can see, the canine reporters are always on duty in the community, and they're the ones with the paw power. So, now, what kind of resources are there? Well, there's a lot of them. We've got the Canine News. Let's look at the Canine News. This is the area where all of the reports are coming, or all of these stories are coming through. Once you submit a story, it will come through with your name on it, have the ability to share it, have the different categories that you're involved in, and any pictures or videos that you have submitted to us. This changes continuously, but people will be able to go down to the actual bottom of the, whoops, we got so many of them here, bottom of the page, and they'll be able to look at the different archive dates, and also by author and also by category. They can also go by tags if they're looking for something in particular. If they want to search the website, they can go ahead and search the website and find out in that particular area. Okay, what else was I going to... Excuse me just one second here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was on the resources. Oh, okay. This is the Canine Community Reporter's 10 Commandments. The goal is, if the dogs follow the commandments that we're setting up, then they will be at home rather than homeless. So right now we just have the standard 10 commandments of dogs, but we're creating our own that will be from a dog's perspective of how to stay out of a shelter and how to work with the family. We have a lot of other areas which are Just Ask Charlie, product reviews, Rainbow Bridge, how to be on WCCR TV. We've got the Pet Mall, the Dog Smarts area, which is pretty exciting, but we're going to go through those on different days. Today we're just giving you an overview of what the Canine Community Reporters will do. Now, the purpose of us having you go through all of this is because we're asking you to help us promote this, and if you would like to be a canine reporter, you can go ahead and sign up now for it. And that will be at WCC or Canine Community Reporters.com/register. Okay, now that's really it for today because we're not going to go into anything further. We've got a giving back program, but we've got 5 days to cover it. We know that's a lot to cover for 1 day, so we decided to break it up into 5. But if you haven't gotten to, if you didn't get to this one or you can't get to the next one, it will all be recorded. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Put them in the chat box. Okay, don't see any questions. All right, then we hope to see you tomorrow, and if you have any questions, please let us know. I know this doesn't seem like it's thorough, but that's because we have so much more to talk about. All right, we're ending the webinar, and we'll see you all tomorrow.